welcome to GameGazm. I'm Bren.
I'm Dan.
And look at what we're doing today, Dan.
It's Dragon's Lair 3D Special Edition.
Special Edition? What's special about it?
It just says Special Edition on the box.
That literally is it, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe the disc.
Oh, yeah. The special edition of the disc that only came out on the PS2, by the way, has a picture of Princess Daphne on the disc, whereas the Xbox version doesn't.
Oh, check the intro out.
Oh, yeah, this animation done by Don Bluth,
yes,
obviously. Fabulous animator.
Yeah, he worked at Disney in like the 50s and then again in the 70s, and he liked their earlier style of animation as opposed to like the direction they were going in, so he started his own animation studio.
Wow.
Which produced such classics as An American Tail.
Oh, yeah.
The Land Before Time.
Didn't they do All Dogs Go to Heaven
They
as well?
did indeed,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So you've probably heard of him and you certainly recognise his animation style.
Yeah, which we're looking at now, and it's absolutely stunning.
But Dragon's Lair was never a film of his. It was actually a 1983 arcade game using his animation style.
He was commissioned just to do that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And, by the way, these two animations that are in this are new from Don Bluth, aren't they? They were new, made specifically for the game that top and tail it. So, they got him to do a lot of work for this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dragon's Lair 3D. Now, when this came out, it didn't get received very well, did it?
No. I'm wondering if that's anything to do with the timing of it, because it did come out around the same time as the original Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank, when those sort of classic PS2 games were first on the market. So I guess this might have got lost in the mist a little bit. But
and those games did look a heck of a lot better.
They look so good.
I mean, this looks good. But
this looks like the natural progression of a PS1 game to a PS2.
Yeah, it does.
But Naughty Dog and Insomniac basically reinvented everything.
Yeah.
No one else knew they were doing that.
They look so much better, don't they?
They did.
I do like how they tried to match the style of this with the animation, which is always good. So
traditional background, 3D environment, but with cel shaded characters on the top of it to make it look like animation. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we're now trying to get into the castle because Princess Daphne has been kidnapped, of course. The hot Princess Daphne. Who doesn't like Princess Daphne?
Well, you should see the disc.
Yeah, the disc. Wow, we'll show you the disc. But Princess Daphne, she's quite the hotness.
Yes. If I was Tom from Tom and Jerry, my eyes would go boom.
Girls, where's a girl? Want to kiss a girl? Sure do love girls. Girls, sure do love them.
Yeah. So we're on our way into the castle to save her.
Yeah.
And this is basically a taster of what's to come because the game just goes from a mild, casual stroll into a castle to suddenly being incredibly difficult.
Does this act as a kind of tutorial to a certain degree? Teaching you smash.
Yeah, I was skipping all these kind of text boxes because all they're doing is telling me how to play the game, basically. And I already know because I completed this. Aye. So the thing I like about this as well is Dirk's sword, you can sheathe and unsheathe it. And depending on whether it's in or out, he needs both hands to grab ledges. Oh. So if you've got your sword out and you forget and you jump and try and grab a ledge, he will just plummet to his death.
Always put your sword away.
Always put your sword away.
So what's his name? Dirk.
Dirk. Yeah, Dirk. Isn't it Dirk the Daring or
Dirk Dare, something like that? Yeah.
I think his it's kind of a comical name because he's the biggest coward
Dirk the
ever.
Daring.
Yeah, Dirk the Daring.
Brave but bumbling.
That's it. Brave but bumbling.
Storming the castle of the evil wizard Mordrock.
That's it. Mordrock. Sounds like a really good metal band name.
Mordrock.
So this is the combat, and you can lock on to characters by pressing up on the D-pad.
Oh, like Zelda, Z-triggering.
Yeah, basically. Just makes it easy to fight.
And there's treasure as well, I see.
Yes, the treasure. It doesn't really do anything except for it matters at the end of the game. Ooh. So, look, there's a bit of treasure over there. Can I get it before the floor goes? Yes, I can.
You did. Well done. My word.
And then you go for that. Yeah. So there's lots of panicky bits like that in this. I forget this guy comes out.
So I've always been into my 3D character action games.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before. So how did you hear about this?
Okay, well, obviously Dragon's Lair came out in the arcade.
Yeah.
Years ago. And it was like you said, it was an original Don Bluth animation, but it was I think it was the first QuickTime driven game. It was a quick time event.
All the animation was driven by Laserdisc, wasn't it? Which was incredible in the early 80s.
Oh, yeah,
1983. That's before CD, I think.
And they were huge, weren't they? They were like the size of vinyl.
They were massive sort of...
Laserdiscs
with probably very little data on them.
Yeah, but it was made specifically for that. I'm pretty sure if you had a look, you could find the entire Dragon's Lair arcade video online somewhere.
Someone must have done that. Yeah.
Someone's got to have ripped that.
But it was a bit of a quarter eater in terms of you couldn't get too much done without having to feed the machine some more money. So.
Yeah, it was basically watch the cartoon, and then a direction would flash up on the screen, and you'd have to be super quick and super accurate to nail that, and then you'd get through to the next bit. But yeah, it did suck your money.
And some of that required reflexes made it into this, of sorts, a sequel, wasn't it? I think
it is
intended to actually follow on from that original arcade game 20 years later. So I'm not entirely sure how many people would have got all the rereferences and...
Yeah,
the continuation.
Know, obviously, the characters from the original arcade game, a lot of them make reappearances in this. The evil wizard, Surge the dragon, he's a boss in it, and he's probably the hardest boss ever. If you had to figure it out on your own, not knowing anything, you would be stuck on that.
Would it?
Oh my! Yeah, I was on it for a while, but when this game came out. When it first arrived, I worked at a game shop and I borrowed it.
Whoa!
Watch the tables.
How's your face?
Yeah, I borrowed it and I really didn't like it at all. I played it again recently because I actually watched a video, James and Mike Mondays from AVGN, and they played the version on the NES.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is considerably shitter than this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But,
little secret cubbyhole.
That's the way you got to go. The secret was up there on that shelf. Okay. Yeah. But I watched them play it, and I was like, I remember Dragon's Lair, and I was like, I looked it up, and I found a nice copy of the special edition, which we're playing today. And, the rest is history, really.
So did you used to working at a game shop, did you used to get to test games so that you could inform the customers of them?
That was the idea. Yeah. That was
good excuse
we were
to play
encouraged
everything that came through the door.
We were encouraged, when things came into the shop, that we should take them home, play them, then we could tell the customers about them and stuff. Yeah. So it was kind of a good system. I really enjoyed it.
You're getting through the firewall. Oh, right.
We're gonna roll down
underneath,
and then we hit the switch, turn the fire off, and there you go. Hey presto.
Nice. Just accept that table, which is going to stay on fire.
Forever, yeah. And the door, yeah. But this is what I really like about this game, is every room's completely different. Every room poses a different challenge.
Yeah.
Every room could be a different trap.
Oh, here we go.
And it never feels like you're doing the same thing over and over and over.
And it's, you can die, can't you? But it's infinite lives.
Yes. Yeah, it is, yeah.
No one's getting kicked back out to the drawbridge.
No, and it's usually quite... fair when it comes to
checkpoints.
Yeah, checkpoints and putting you back, and can't get that way. I think you have to go around, and you go around the back of him.
Okay.
Because we got to get up there.
Wooden beam.
Typical. Oh, and you've come around.
So this came out in 2002, 2003, depending on which part of the world you're in.
Yeah.
We've got the PS2 version here, but it came out on the original Xbox as well, not the Xbox One.
Yeah. I always used to call it the Xbox One as well before they named it the X-Bone.
Oh, for goodness sake!
For goodness sake! What were they playing out there? Anyway, back to Dragon's Lair.
And the GameCube.
I don't know of much difference between the ports. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that the GameCube version is the best. Yeah. As in, it runs the nicest. Yeah. Which you can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh. Good Jiminy Christmas.
You need to be up there.
Yes, the door. The door's up there.
Is that where you came in, that door?
I like that, actually. You see how if you run into a wall fast enough...
He bangs his head.
He bangs his head in a comical fashion.
Nice.
Much like Tomb Raider used to do that, didn't it?
Yeah,
Lara
she
Croft.
did,
Oof! Yeah, oof! Oof! Stop running me into a wall.
I used to like the way that Lara screamed as well if she fell far enough. It was always fun, as long as she didn't...
Is that a bit sadistic?
No, it was normally into water.
Oh, right. It's like, yes, I'm going to have fun watching you drown.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's if you don't roll like that. Oh, there she goes.
Hello.
That's Princess Daphne.
Legs up to her armpits.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. She's a bit over-exaggerated, but that's not a problem.
There you go, it's animation.
Princess Daphne's... Princess Daphne, she's a babe.
Oh, blimey.
She's such a babe that you really want to save her.
Yeah.
You really do want to save her. she's that good.
Insert picture of Princess Daphne here.
Insert another picture of Princess Daphne here. No, yeah, she's great. I love all the artwork in the loading screens as well. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they look like proper animation backgrounds, don't they? Maybe they are from the intro or something like that.
Or like some, concept art for the game.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, here's the first multi-puzzle room kind of thing. You basically have to... the puzzles get more and more, increasingly more brain taxing and more difficult. I think there's over 250 rooms.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think, maybe. Did I read that somewhere, or am I just plucking that out of the air? Who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, this is a...
Avoid the boulders.
Oh no, I've got my sword!
Oh, you didn't grab the chain.
See, that's what happens when you don't sheathe your sword, peeps.
There he goes.
Yeah.
I think even that death animation's based on the arcade original.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
So that thing looks like it's a holster.
Yeah, we need to get the gem for that. So I'm going to put my sword away before I make the same mistake twice.
Always put your sword away.
Always put it away. Dirk daring. And then you grab the chain.
You got it. Oh!
Oh, the catapult hit me.
I thought they stopped when you...
They do, after a while.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what I'd like to call a trial and error game.
Treror.
A Trella. Trella game? I don't know. Trial and error game, because you will do the same thing over and over.
Whoa, that was close.
By the skin of my teeth. You'll do things over and over until you realise the best route.
Yeah.
And it's often not the most obvious way.
So have you finished this?
Yes, I completed it.
How long did it take you?
5 hours.
Okay, so it's it's doable in one sitting.
Yeah, it is. I didn't do it in one sitting though.
No.
I did have a break.
Yeah.
Mainly, it took so long because, it was difficult.
You had to learn the game.
It made me cry, Dan.
Oh,
it made me cry. Yeah. So
did An American Tail, actually.
Yeah. Don Bluth, you legend.
Don Bluth.
What's he doing now? Do you know?
Do you know what? He had a Kickstarter last year, which 2015.
Yeah.
To make a Dragon's Lair animation that didn't hit its target, unfortunately. They had to shut it down.
Oh, no.
They immediately turned it into an Indiegogo page instead, and it hit its $250,000 target and actually exceeded it to the tune of $600,000.
Whoa!
That was June 2016, which, as we say, this was only a couple of months ago. I don't know how much animation you can get in traditional style for $600,000.
I don't know.
But it's a decent chunk, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think, especially with the talents of Don Bluth, would that be enough for a feature?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I want to say no, but...
What kind of... You used to get, like... American Tail, it'd be like an hour and a half, wouldn't it? All Dogs Go to Heaven. They were decent length films.
Yeah, they were feature length, yeah, for sure.
But it's interesting that Dragon's Lair is a thing that's been around as long as me and you have, like early 80s.
Yeah.
But they haven't actually made a film yet. But
I know,
it may actually be in the works. That's kind of weird that...
I really hope they do make it, because, I mean, out of all the video games that ever, like, started in the 80s, like, you know...
Yeah.
I mean, they made a movie about the Super Mario Brothers, for goodness sake, you know? Like, I mean, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being the writer on that film, right? You've been given the task of writing the story for a Super Mario Brothers game, film, even.
Yeah.
Right? And you never played the game before. You stick the game on and you write, okay, this is a guy wearing a hat, jumping on mushrooms, hitting boxes, getting coins. What are you going to do with that?
Not what they did.
Well, they literally just threw out the story, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They threw out the story and put their own in there.
It's like they thought that...
Not that Mario had much of a story anyway.
No, but it was not as grim as that movie that they made.
It was pretty grim. You know, saying that, though, loads of people hate on that movie, but I actually... It's kind of a guilty pleasure, I guess.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I haven't watched it for so long. I remember it being on TV, because I got into Mario quite late, because I was Sega... back in the great console war of the early 90s.
Right.
But I probably saw the film before I played many of the games.
Oh, right.
So I may have got that the other way around, thinking like, this game is nothing like what I thought it was going to be like.
Can you imagine?
I mean, the first Mario I properly played all the way through that I owned was Mario 64.
Oh, really? Wow.
So
okay.
yeah, my Mario playing was largely retro.
Yeah. See, no,
my cousin had a SNES, so I did play Super Mario World on the SNES.
Yeah. That was
and Yoshi's
hard.
Island.
That was a hard one.
Tough games.
Yeah. I like Yoshi's Island.
That was a good game, that.
But anyway, back to Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
Back to Dragon's Lair.
So it could be. It could actually be made into a film soon.
I really hope that happens. I really do. Because, you know, like I was saying before we went on the Super Mario rant, that it has a story. It has a really good story. And, you know, it's been animated really well.
Yeah.
So you'd think that the groundwork is already there, you know, for something spectacular.
I always liked his films as well.
Yeah.
And I think he had a couple of commercial failures in the late 90s that kind of stopped without the sort of clout and finances of Disney.
Yeah.
He didn't get any more opportunities to...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did he work on The Black Cauldron by any chance?
Oh, that was about his era.
Yeah, because when you say... Whenever I think of Dragon's Lair, Black Cauldron is a very similar animation style.
Yeah.
And I've got to admit, it's either him or it's someone that he took inspiration from, you know? Because like you were saying, he liked the traditional style of animation that Disney was doing, didn't like the new direction.
He worked on Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
The Sword in the Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Hood. He was a character animator on that. Some Winnie the Pooh stuff. The Rescuers.
Oh, I remember The Rescuers.
Fox and the Hound.
Oh, look. It's the first boss.
Oh, no. It's Disco Floor Boss.
Yeah, this is clever because basically you can't step. You got to learn the pattern. Don't step on the disco bits, otherwise you get electrified. So let's see if I can do this.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. The blue one's not so bad. It takes off there you go. It takes off a little bit of health, but when you hit him again, each time you hit him, it gets harder and harder.
And the floor takes off more.
Yeah, it does. Takes off more damage. So you kind of got to...
It's kind of cool. It's the same pattern, but...
It's similar. Yeah, it's similar. Oh!
In reverse.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this is
the easiest.
That one is the easy one. Now, this is the hardest one. If you take, I think you can only take 2 hits off this, and you're a goner. Yeah, sayonara, sucker. I was playing this the other day. The first time I tried to do this, I wasn't really sure what to do. And I had my sword not drawn. And I was stood here, and I went to draw my sword, and the animation of me drawing the sword killed me.
Oh, man.
It took me over, and I stepped on the...
And you moved into the disco zone.
Because he kind of... unsheathes it. I moved into the disco zone. So, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Disco zone.
But yeah, that was the first boss. Now, the bosses are really imaginative all the way through, and they're all completely different.
Do you remember how many there are? There are quite a few.
There is quite a few.
Are they fairly regular?
Yeah, there's that boss. There's a bat, a big giant bat.
Bat boss.
That you have to... That one's really clever. I don't think we'll get to it in this video, but you have to ring bells around the arena, obviously to confuse the bat.
Oh, okay.
And then you...
that's kind of inventive, isn't it?
Yeah, and you confuse the bat, and then you go and hit him and stuff, and it gets harder and harder, and you have to make 2 bells ring at once for it to have an effect and stuff. So.
I noticed you've got a blue bar as well now. Is that your magic?
Yes, we've got the first Dragon Essence, which allows us to do a Zelda-style power-up and sword spin.
Oh, look at that.
But I think it takes a little too long for it to charge up.
Right.
Which, if you collect all the treasure...
Oh, here they go.
if you collect all the treasure throughout the game, the collectibles, then you unlock... the ability to play the game again with different abilities, like
New Game Plus.
Yeah, New Game Plus, but the sword will charge up quicker and stuff.
And there's colour-coded doors in that room you were just in.
Yeah, this hub you're going to be in for quite a while because basically you need to go over here. Yeah, this is the first section. You go over there, and you get what is it now? You get the floating power,
right,
to be able to float over there.
Okay.
Because we can't get over there yet. So you get to float over there to get the crossbow that takes you over here, so you can go and shoot that eyeball up there to lower the drawbridge.
Wow.
So it's quite an elaborate, and basically, to get each thing, you need to do a different puzzle and to get each item. So it's quite a lengthy section of the game.
Despite its sort of mediocre reviews at the time, it's actually quite a nice little adventure game. Quite inventive and worth tracking down.
Absolutely. It's inventive, it's colourful, it's really beautiful to look at. It's frustrating as hell, but it's a challenge, and it's a worthy challenge. So I'd highly recommend getting Dragon's Lair for sure.